Hey guys, GadgetGirlKylie here, and welcome back to my Let's Play walkthrough of E's Memories of Celceta. So if I just get up the journal, basically we need to head over to the temple now that we have the mask. So I've done a bit of travelling off camera just because I wanted to skip the boring bits for you guys, of me just wandering through the wilderness and fighting random monsters. Nina, what's the situation at the temple? Now's the best chance we've got. There's no one around. Those masked division soldiers all suddenly came to their senses, then that Leo guy came and took them away. Sounds like Bami's defeat did more than just free Remnos. And Leo actually made himself useful too. Didn't see that coming. Aw, poor Leo! He's not exactly a model soldier, but it's obvious he means well and really wants to help wherever he can. Heh, and to think, up until recently we couldn't get rid of him fast enough.
Alright.
Time's a wasting, Eldeel. We're almost there. Temple of the Sun. It's almost surreal that we're actually going in there. I see that everyone is here. Hello, Ghost of Lafonce. King Lafonce. The Black-Winged One is still inside the temple, by all appearances. Completing the ritual to activate the Akashic records requires a significant amount of time. I assume he is presently focused on that. Come to think of it, whatever happened to Gruder? I'm afraid I cannot say. We should remain on guard. He is not a foe to be underestimated. So, we've been so focused on getting inside the temple, we haven't really had much time to think about this, but how exactly are we supposed to stop Lord Eldeel anyway? Oh dear, are you starting to get scared, Durin? Afraid we won't be able to finish what we started. Durin's a scaredy cat. Durin's a scaredy cat. Oh, come on. I'm sure that thought's crossed your mind too by now. I agree. It would be unwise to challenge him unprepared. As it stands, there is little chance of Eldeel returning to his former self. What? There is no need to panic. The key to subduing him lies in the Mask of the Moon. Although its effects will be temporary, the Mask of the Moon has the ability to seal the Black-Winged One's power. Eldeel designed it with such function himself. So how does it work? You will have to force the mask onto him. It will be no easy task, but it's the only way. If successful, Eldeel will be returned to his normal self, albeit only for a short time. During that time, we can retake the Mask of the Sun, and he won't be able to use the Akashic records for nefarious ends. So we may be able to stop the records from being misused, at the very least, and that's definitely our primary concern. But when you say Lord Eldeel would only return to normal for a short period of time... Lisa. We must speak with Eldeel once he is cognizant again. Then perhaps we can find another way. For now, it's best if you not overthink the situation. Concentrate only on what must be done. Yes. First things first, we have a door to open, right? We do, but the question is, who should do the honours? Heh, I think we all know the answer to that. Yep. Indeed. No objections here.
Indeed.
Nor here. Well, if Frida says so. I have no objections either. All of this started when you came to Celceta, Adol.
Yes.
This crisis would have occurred sooner or later, whether you had visited this land or not. But if not for you, I don't think we'd have met one another like this, nor would we be so close to resolving the matter now. Eldeel's definitely been the glue that's held us all together during this journey.
Eldeel.
Yep, Eldeel, you're the man. If anyone's going to open up this ancient temple, it's gotta be you. You were the one Lord Eldeel chose to summon to his tower during these trying times, after all. It would seem you have been chosen by destiny to aid this land in its time of need, Eldeel Christen. Therefore, I would ask that you don the mask now, the mask now and stand before the temple door. Right, okay. Open sesame! It opened. Why were you not expecting it to, dearin'? What awaits us inside may be beyond all imagining. Hehe, it's finally happening, the time has come. Don't worry, Lisa, we'll bring Lord Eldeel home safely. I know you will. Let's go, Eldeel. Sweet, trophy. Temple of the Sun. It's so quiet in here. I would suspect no one is around. This area was once used as an audience chamber. The black-winged one is in the room beyond here, where the Akashic records are stored. We must hurry. Eldeel, our time grows ever shorter. Eldeel, sorry. Probably said it in many different ways during this Let's Play walkthrough. It's a bit quiet in here. It's weird. Where's the music? Pretty. You again. Do you never tire of trying to interfere, red-haired swordsman? And as for you... loathsome king of Celceta, who has kept me sealed away for all these centuries. What brings you crawling back after all this time? Black-winged one, what a curious question you ask. Why else would I be here than to have you return the Mask of the Sun and the Akashic records? Wait, so that huge round thing is the Akashic records? I was thinking it'd be a book. Ha! The Akashic records contain lords that construct the world around us, as well as all that has been or ever will be, and the path that every being will take, man and God alike. Such an unimaginable volume of information could not possibly be stored in a mere book. And yet, despite possessing something so powerful, the white-winged one did little with it. Truly a fool. How dare you, Lord Eldeel, he... I'm sorry, Eldeel, I just... So what are you planning on doing with it? I'll use it to bring natural disasters upon the whole European continent, the likes of which the world has never seen. Earthquakes, floods, firestorms, plagues, disasters of such scale that they eradicate humanity from the land altogether. Jesus Christ. He's on a power trip. Can he really do something like that? I'm afraid so. The Mask of the Sun allows its wearer to alter the Akashic records. If the wearer so desires, the records of our world and the people within it can be overwritten, at least partially. You've got to be kidding! Why would you wish to do such a thing? Humans are sinful creatures, yes, but we cannot accept that such a fate is inevitable, nor even deserved. You know why I'm doing it? Because it's an action befitting of a god. You're trying to tell us that wiping out humanity is something a god's supposed to do? There's no way that... I've wasted enough time talking to you feeble creatures. At least act like humans in your final moments and kneel before me. The mask! The time for exposition is over. To mark this moment of becoming a true god, I shall bury you with my own hands. Haha, consider yourselves fortunate to be permitted such an honour. It seems we have no choice, Eldeel. You will have to seek an opening while fighting him. Be on your guard. Come on. Damn, heal. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, damn. Well, that took blimmin' one character out. Oh!
You cannot defeat me.
And he's down. Did we win? Very good. What? Lisa, look! I see his hair and his wings. It appears we have our chance to speak with the true Eldeel. Eldeel, quickly, hand me the Mask of the Moon. Eldeel gave the Mask of the Moon to Eldeel. Now I should be able to remain in this persona for a while.
Oh dear.
When I created this mask, I had no idea it would be used quite like this. Maybe I should have designed it to look a little more appealing. Well, the ending was a little anticlimactic, but I'm glad everything worked out. I'm overjoyed to see that you all made it here safely. And I'm sorry for worrying you, Lisa and Kylie. As for you, Eldeel, I have no doubt caused you no end of trouble. And it has been quite a while, my dear friend. 800 years, I believe. Thank you for sealing away the Black-Winged One all those centuries ago. Although I could never have imagined that you'd continue to keep it sealed away for so long. That wasn't what we agreed on, but at this point I'm just glad to see you safe. Everything is thanks to Eldeel and his friends. Still, it does not seem we have the luxury of time to be reminiscing about the past. You're correct, we don't. King Lafance? Wouldn't it be possible for me to seal away the other Lord Eldeel the same way you did? If there's anything I can possibly do to help. Lisa. Lisa, I appreciate the sentiment, but it is not my wish to seal him away at the expense of someone else's life. I never hope to see that happen again. Long ago, I believed that he was a completely separate being who had manifested within me. However, as time passed, I came to realise that he is much a part of me as the one you see before you now. What do you mean? I've long believed that keeping harmony in the world by carefully meting out knowledge was my duty, and I did so as such. But at some point I began to doubt whether giving knowledge to people in this manner was the right thing to do. Those doubts constantly grew within me, eventually coming together and taking form. And that is the Black-Winged One who stood before you earlier. That can't be true. On the surface, he may seem to be the embodiment of cruelty, simply existing to inflict destruction upon the world. But he believes that by overcoming the great ordeals placed before them, people can develop on their own. Looking back upon history, it is true that people become stronger through overcoming adversity. And as a result, people learn to think and walk for themselves without the aid of gods. In a sense, the Black-Winged One was born just as much out of a love for humanity as I was. I had no idea. So it seems even God is imperfect. How disappointing. Gruda, how is Lord Eldeel imperfect for showing concern? You hadn't noticed? The Black-Winged One didn't use the power of the Mask of the Sun in your battle at all. Now that you mention it, he didn't? Such a careless error, but now I have the chance to see my true desires realised. I wish to see how humanity reacts when faced with cruelty, cold despair, greater even than the ordeals of a god. What are you saying? That's why I supported the Black-Winged One and devised this new generation of Darklings who mourn this world. And yet this god here has proven quite useless to that end. Gruda, you. A perfect ordeal can only be executed by one who bears perfect malice, in other words, humanity itself. If it is the duty of a god to challenge humanity, then truly it is a duty most befitting a human. The Mask of the Sun! When did he acquire that? No, how? Oh god, guys, what's going on? I thought this was the end then. He's gone. Where did he go? I dare not even say it, but I fear that's exactly what he did. He has entered Iris. What? Iris? The place where the contents of the Akashic records are stored. They take the form of a spiritual light and occupy another world where they can typically be neither seen nor touched. And that world of records is known by the name Iris. And that's why you suspect Garuda has gone? It's the only logical conclusion. The Mask of the Sun was originally made to allow its wearer to enter Iris and change the records stored within. I fear that Garuda is going to bring about disaster in the real world by manipulating the records directly. He just keeps sinking lower and lower. He's even more brazen than the other Lord Eldeel. We cannot allow him to have his way. But what are we supposed to do? 800 years ago, the black-winged one entered Iris much like Garuda has now. I followed him and sealed him away. With time, however, the seal weakened and he managed to break free. I see, so that means we can follow him inside then. Indeed, I will secure a route using the Mask of the Moon. That should grant you access. Thanks, glad to have someone like you on our side. I will join Eldeel and the others within the world of records. I should be able to guide you through its depths at the very least. Thank you, King Lafance. Lord Eldeel, I'm afraid Sol Galba's mass may be too much for me to transfer inside. Could I ask you to remain here and support me? Yes, of course. We have to hurry, Adol. The Black-Winged One is not sealed away forever. If sufficient time passes, he will begin to re-emerge. Remarkable. There's not an ounce of hesitation on your face. You almost make me understand the Black-Winged One's perspective. You represent the capability and ingenuity of humanity. I will open the gate to Iris. Thank you, my friend. Is that it? This is the gate, yes. Adol, best of luck to you in there. Be very careful and Godspeed. Okay guys, well, I think I'm going to stop this episode here, and off camera I'm going to nip back to the shop and get some new healing items and things, because I used a lot on Eldeel just now, and on the next episode we'll enter this portal and go through the world of records. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I shall see you next time, guys.